to your products, call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
You're listening to Joe Coco.
It's a girl thing. Try to understand. It's not a me thing. No different than my friends. I get what I want when I want it back. And it's a girl thing. Ooh, it's a girl thing.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to JoCo Community Radio.
This is Beyond the Crown, and we are your hosts for today.
My name is Ashlyn Cohen, and I am Miss Chisholm Trails teen.
And I'm Lily Roberts, Miss Johnson County's teen. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Today, we are joined by the wonderful Claire Hodge, Miss South Texas's teen.
And stay tuned until after intermission to also hear from Carrisa Rowland, Miss Coppel's teen, and her journey to Miss Texas teen.
But for now, we are here with Claire. So hello, Claire. How are you?
I'm great. How are y'all?
We're doing great.
We haven't seen you since Spring Showcase, I guess. So it's been a little bit, but we are so excited to get to talk to you a little bit more today. Oh no.
Okay.
Is it good now?
I can hear y'all now. We're good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
We're all
great.
good
So Lily, you want to start?
Thanks.
Yes,
That
so
froze again.
you are Miss South Texas's teen. Oh, wait.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Sorry.
Okay, perfect. So, in your crown October of last year, can you tell us a little bit about the day when you won?
That day was very chaotic for me. I had been having some very bad stomach cramping issues, and so I was kind of dragging that day. I'm like, Mom, if I get through this, it's going to be a good day experience because that is hard. And I was just very excited to be there. That was my second prelim of the year and my third prelim ever. And it was actually really exciting for me because Lily Dale was the former Miss Southeast Texas teen, which that's the same organization. And she's also my pageant best friend. And so that was a very nice time, especially getting to be crowned by your best friend. That was an amazing day.
I can't even imagine. I know that for us, our crowning day was just so memorable. And I feel like you just remember that day forever, especially because it was both of our first local titles.
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially to be crowned by your best friend. That's just amazing.
Yes. So this is your second year competing?
It is.
So is there anything that you would like or that you are mostly looking forward to since it's your second year competing, since you have that experience behind or you have that experience and you have your feet wet, is there anything that you're looking forward to more for the sake?
My favorite thing would be more of fitness. And so I really look forward to fitness. I've always been a fitness girl because I did cheer and dance growing up. So fitness has always been that one thing that I always kind of look forward to. But, I mean, just seeing all of y'all again, because everybody's smiles just kind of light up the room and everybody shares a smile and we smile with each other. I just love seeing y'all, period.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see everyone. From seeing everyone at Spring Showcase, it was just really exciting. I could feel the anticipation building for Miss Texas Week, and that was what I loved so much about Spring Showcase. And then now moving forward to just a couple of weeks, we'll be competing and seeing each other again is going to be so much fun. And I completely agree with you. Fitness is super fun. I just feel like it's really fun to show off your personality. It's almost bubbly in a way. So I really love that part of it as well.
Yeah, it's really just a time to go up and just run around on stage, get out some energy.
Yes.
I actually didn't like But like my first local, I was dreading it the whole entire time, but I've grown to like it a lot more now. I wouldn't quite say it's my favorite thing just yet. I'm still working towards it, but I do like fitness a lot more than I used to, and I could understand completely why it's someone's favorite thing, because it is so fun when you really get into it, especially like when you're skipping and when you pose and you turn. It's just
Yeah, so this is my first year
And that's like
competing
really
in-
funny.
Oh wait. Go ahead.
That's like really funny because I saw you competing in a Pleasant pageant and you went on there in fitness and I'm like, oh my God, I love her. She's having fun and I can tell. Like, I couldn't tell that you didn't like it.
oh well, like
So this is my first year competing as well. And for my first one, it's not that I didn't like it, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I just was like, okay, go out there, have fun, do your best, and see what happens. And honestly, that just made it feel so much easier to do. I don't think I did it right, but as I did more locals, I think I have it down now. So I'm super excited to compete with that as well.
I am so thankful that video recording was not allowed at my first local, because if someone had a video of me doing that fitness routine, they could. I mean, I never want to.
I'm sure it wasn't bad.
I don't even understand. It was horrible.
It couldn't have been that bad.
Yes, it was.
Well,
but thank you.
As long as you have a smile on your face when you're doing it, I think it's great.
I don't think I had a smile.
Yeah.
I don't. It was. I'm so glad there was no video. Maybe I hope no one did video and no one broke us. But
Okay. Well, speaking of fitness and different aspects of the pageant and Miss Texas Week coming up with it only 2 weeks away, which is crazy, can you tell us what you're doing to prepare?
To prepare, I'm really just keeping a really focused mind as much as I can, and I have really bad ADHD, so like whenever I say I'm focusing as much as I can, I mean I'm focusing while I'm also multitasking on like 18 other things. I'm making sure like my talent costume is nice and rhinestoned, and I'm also practicing my walk while I'm singing my talent song, and when I say I'm multitasking, I mean I'm multitasking.
Yes, there's just so many different things to do, and one of the things that I'm working on right now is just completely like getting my wardrobe together. As this like big first year, I had no idea how many new dresses I would need. I think I said this a couple weeks ago on the radio, but I did not know that the wardrobe would be this intense. But it's okay because I'm getting a few dresses.
2 closets filled to the brim with nothing but like evening gowns and talent wear and old dance costumes for me changing talents. It's just nonstop.
I know, it's crazy. I have a whole rack. Like my mom has been literally, so people in our neighborhood will sell hanging racks, like $10 and regularly priced like at like $100, like because they're expensive. And she will literally just go get one, and we have like 4 in our house now that are, and only one of them is filled completely, but they're just like that one is in our hangout room, so I can't really have friends over because there's just pageant stuff in there. But and it's funny because when I first started competing, I needed an evening wear dress and I didn't have any, and so I kept like looking here and going to different stores and doing fittings and stuff, and then I was choosing my evening gown dress and my talent dress the other day, and I had 5 to choose from. It's like, how did that happen?
I know, it's like it's a miracle. It's like, where'd these come from? Like, crazy.
Honestly, I'm not mad about it though, because my wardrobe is completely like, I don't know what the word, like it's been upped. It's like it's way better now. So I kind of like it, but sorry, Mom. I'm just really glad that she let me compete for the upcoming pageant. I actually have a fitting for my evening gown tomorrow, so that's super exciting. Yes, I'm so excited.
So as far as my preparation, honestly, it's very time consuming, and there's a lot that goes into it, because every time that you think I just have these 2 things to work on, then it's like, oh wait, I have to practice that too, and I have to rehearse that, and I have to look at that, and I have to fill out this form. Like there's a lot more that goes into it. So I mean, I've been doing my talent almost every night. I've been doing my interview prep sessions or lessons, and I'm also doing just like some small mock interviews with my family, just like my sisters and my parents. And then I need to start working harder on the like choreography for the opening number and the fitness number.
Me too.
It's very difficult, and I'm not a dancer. I'm a baton twirler, and I find it really strange to dance without something in my hand. So
I do ballet and contemporary mainly, so it's like a whole left field for me.
I do cheer, and that's helping a lot, but the dance is really fast,
Yeah.
and not to mention we're doing it in heels, so that adds a whole nother level of
I'm
things
afraid
we
of
have to do.
I'm afraid of the certain little prop. Like I feel like somebody.
We have a prop for our dance.
Yes.
So
And I like that dance because the prop's kind of like a baton, and I'm a baton
Yes.
twirler, so like it's almost like I'm twirling.
But it's like there's gonna be 110 girls almost on stage for opening number. I'm so afraid I'm gonna hit somebody.
Ooh, that's a lot of people.
well, fingers
So-
crossed. It's for me. The only thing keeping me organized right now is my planner. And for the past 10 days, I've been gone at camp. So I have a lot to do. I did a lot of work before I left, but there's constantly things to do, like Ashlyn and like you were saying, Claire, there's just so much coming up, like from talent to interview to even just walking. There's so many little
Yeah.
things to work on. So I'm constantly going from one place to the next.
100%. So Claire, so you were crowned in October, September.
October, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was October.
So it was a little while ago. So you have a couple more months of holding your title, or possibly holding the state title. You never know. Fingers crossed. But so what are you most looking forward to as your time like remaining as Miss South Texas teen? Is there like any specific appearance you're looking forward to, or anything that you are just excited about to wrap up your wonderful year?
I really just want to go and visit my sponsors all over again, because one thing about the Southeast South Texas organization, we have like an infinite amount of sponsors. And when I say infinite, I mean even Chick-fil-A in the South, okay? So we have a lot of them. We have like 4 or 5 boutiques, 3 or 4 different dress stores, and all these places. We have an emo hat company. We get custom cowboy hats that are actually like $400. We get them for free. Like that's
so
amazing.
cool.
And so I just go by and just see all my sponsors all over again, because they're such sweet people, and it's like they're giving us all these things just because they believe in us and they want to help as much as they can.
For sure. So do you want to ask the next question?
Actually, I just see on the computer, and from Anna and Isaac, we have a question. So I think all 3 of us can answer this one a little bit, but how do y'all believe social media has played a role in pageants?
Ooh, can I go first on that one?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. We'd love to hear from you.
Okay, cool. So personally, social media has been a big part of our pageantry, especially with the Miss Texas organization, because we do have over the phone pageants, I guess you could say. They're online pageants. So that's been like a really big thing, you know? But for me personally, like social media has easy to work with, because that's how you can reach out better to sponsors and to new people, and you can spread your awareness about your platform. And it's just like, it's helped me to reach other people.
Yes, I completely agree. Like, you're doing it. I will say I did not know that social media played as big as well as it does, especially Instagram. I have figured out how to use Canva, navigating my way through that. And I think it's really fun, and it's super helpful to just get to people, because of course, like, making appearances is so important. But when you can reach people from across the country, which is something that's mind blowing, or you can reach people from other countries, just really getting it out there, and it stays out there. It'll be up on your page forever, and I think it's so cool how you can just scroll through a pageant girl's Instagram from Miss Texas, and you can see all the great things that they've been doing and learn about their social impact or their
Digital footprint.
And
Yes.
like how much different they look over time. If you go look at my pageant pro, really awkward how I looked last year compared to this year. It's like, that's not the same person.
I think seeing the growth is also super cool too, from the day that you won to what you've been up to. Just following along with what you've been doing throughout the year, I think it's so cool. It's like a time capsule as well.
I know for me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to relate this back to social media, I promise, because I know I talk about music a little bit too much, but I love music as my social platform, or my community service initiative. And for me, like certain areas or eras, as I call them, of music kind of determine how I look back at a certain time. So on Spotify, I have playlists, and I have them for every season. And that's just like all the music that I listen to during that time. And for me, it's crazy because when I go back to my winter playlist and I listen to like the songs I listen to around my crowning time, that's just a crazy amount. And like, it's almost like I can just hear in the music of, you know, how just like what the kind of person I was when I won my title versus how I am now, and listening to the music that I listen to now, and just kind of going back. And there's all of these like of having my title, like, oh, I listened to that song this week, and the next song, like the next week I was listening to this song, and like I feel like every song represents like something that I did as a title holder. And whenever I hear a song, I almost like associate it with a different appearance now.
Aww,
and I love going
sweet.
back, and this is just something really weird, but I love to music that I listened to around the time where I was crowned, or around different areas between when I was crowned and now, and like going through my Instagram. It's honestly just like kind of like a form of comfort for me that social media has in that sense, because I can look back at what I posted and what I was going through, or like not going through, but what I was like, just like what I was experiencing, not anything bad, just like all the things that I was able to do. And so I love social media for that. But then also I think it's really cool, kind of like y'all were saying, is being able to go back and look at other girls too, because there's nothing wrong with like seeing what other girls in past years did and looking up to them. And like, and also, you know, through social media, we can contact people. So to ask people questions is really, really cool. Like when I asked Claire the show, I messaged her through social media. So I mean, you know, it's like it connects us in so many ways, and it's really amazing.
Yes, it's like, oh, okay, we have another question from Ann Isaac. And thank you so much for asking that first question about social media. I just think overall has greatly, it's added a whole nother level, made them a great, like, it's a great form of communication regardless, but it's really helpful, especially with getting awareness to your community service initiative. And then the next question is, how do you handle any criticism on your social media platforms? So I guess I'll start with this one. So for me, I haven't had any criticism yet, but in a situation, I think it's really important to keep an open mind in any form of criticism, whether it's about what you're doing or just pageants in general, or from literally anything. Just having a strong foundation for like what you believe and responding with positivity is just the most important thing to do in any sort of situation.
I would 100% agree. I think that sometimes as title holders, and we talk about this a lot on here, but we face criticism just for being title holders, because a lot of people don't understand what the purpose behind the Miss Texas and the Miss America organization is. And when they see a girl that has a sash and a crown, they think, oh, that girl is not smart, or that girl's just pretty, or whatever the situation is going through their mind. And it's really been amazing as a title holder to kind of be able to spread awareness on my personal community, like my neighborhood, I guess you could say, to kind of now people that lived in my area and know me, that used to have certain opinions on these types of pageants, they now have a different perspective on it. And so I think that just kind of being on social media in general as title holder just gives people, they say things. And I mean, I would be lying if I would say that I haven't had to like go through my pageant Instagram and like delete rude comments, because that's just a thing. Like people just don't always like title holders. It's just, and you know, you have to kind of like filter that out and understand that that's just a thing, and you can only do so much, and everything in your power is very important to make sure that people understand what we do as title holders. It's really, I think that's really important. But I mean, I think that just knowing that that's just not normal, but knowing that's going to happen and knowing how to handle that's just really important. And social media is a very big platform for that to happen, but the more that we can, I think that's really important.
Yeah, and then like with literally anything, usually, oh, sorry. I'm just going to say something real quick and then you can go. I was just going to say, with a lot of things come judgment, and that's a really hard reality to face, but really just having a mission and sticking to it, just making sure, you know, what this is all about. The Miss Texas Scholarship Organization is about positivity, mentorship, leadership, and sharing your community service initiative. Like we all have them. We can talk about those in a minute, but really just being positive, I think, is the best thing. And then do you have a response to the question as well?
Yeah, personally, I do have from not just social media, but also in person. But the social media ones, you really just have to take it as a grain of salt. It's somebody that has opinions than you, and they might not think the exact same as you, aka the different opinions. And so, as I said, take it with a grain of salt, but don't. You want to look at it and take that in because they might have found something wrong with you or wrong with what you're doing to give you that criticism. So, yes, take it with a grain of salt, but also take it into consideration. So, if it is simply just for being a title holder, throw it out. But if it's something that maybe offended them, that's different.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay. All right. So I thank you so much for asking those questions. Oh wait. Okay, so I'm gonna ask. I have a question for you, Claire, and then we can get. What is your CSI? So we talked about how through social media we can reach many people. It'll say up there for people to view. You can reach many communities and share your mission, share your community service initiative. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So my community service initiative is See the Able, Not the Label. So it basically speaks on seeing past somebody's label as of what they're labeled as and seeing what they're able to do with their lives. So for instance, I've started Claire's Closet, which is a beneficiary to people that don't necessarily have the basic needs. So they have clothes, food, all of the above in these little closets, and they started in my school. And what it is it's basically focusing on how a student can't learn if they're not getting the proper necessities for home life and for sleeping. So brushes and toothpaste. And you get lots of donations to this, and it's an amazing thing. But growing up, I grew up with labels all around. And so I know personally, it's not a fun thing to have labels and know that you're more than your label. And so that's specifically what my title is about.
That's really amazing. I love your CSI. I don't think we've talked about it, and I honestly love it. That's so wonderful, the program that you've started for that. So the next question, and it actually kind of has to go along. It's the next question that we have on the list, but it goes along with the question that was asked. So we're just going to ask you about your. Actually, it's literally the same question. Because we have a list of questions that the one asked. The question says, how do you balance school outside, with other activities, so many things that we do. And I'm sure, like you said, you're a dancer, you have to dance, and you're
also Claire's Closet as well.
Right, like the programs with pageants and school, and I'm sure like spending time with your family, just basic things like that.
So I've started school cheer team. I got JV cheer, woohoo. But also I do lots of extracurriculars and school itself. Thank you. So it's actually one of those things that you just have your mind and balance out in your head first. Because if your mind's not prepared for what to do, you're not going to be able to keep up. But I also like to keep a journal because whenever I like to say that I like to stay healthy, I like to stay. And so I keep my journal to keep up with all the thoughts in my mind. And then I also keep a calendar. So that makes sure that I have a good layout.
Yeah, so for me, I do cheer as well and soccer and track. So with all those sports and the pageants going on, the most important thing to me is a planner. I literally take my planner everywhere. I have so many things written down in it. And that's probably the one thing that keeps me the most organized. And I love that you journal everything and keep it whole. And I completely agree. Just
oh my goodness,
having a healthy
I can't hear y'all.
Oh wait, can you hear me now? Okay.
I can still see y'all moving like you're not frozen, but I can't hear you.
Okay. Hopefully you can hear this, but I was just gonna say having a healthy mind is an important thing going into anything. Can everyone listening online hear us?
I'm gonna log into the live stream here.
Okay. Online can hear us. So while Claire's just figuring out whether she can hear us or not, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish that. Having a healthy mindset is super important, and just staying organized before the pageant coming up, keeping everything organized, everything that you have going on. I know Ashlyn does a lot of musical things, and yeah, so we're also about to be out of time, but talent is another one of the things in the pageant that is super important. So hopefully when Claire gets her audio working, or if she can start to hear us, we'll talk about her talent, but I can talk about mine for right now. So mine is a tap, dancing, and singing number to I Can Do That from Chorus Line. And I think it's just so fun to do because for me, talent is just showing off like yourself. It's putting your personality on stage for everyone to hear and see, or whatever you're doing in a flute. So, okay, Claire just said she can't see or hear us. So while we're getting this figured out, I guess I'll keep talking about my talent, which is so fun because I love talent.
And I'm texting Claire. She's talking about
Okay, yes. So, really, it's just a fun part of the competition where you get to be yourself. So dancing is something that I've done since I was younger. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm a cheerleader. So that is helpful also as well with the dances that we have to perform on stage as a group, because those are really hard. But I think so that is one thing that I love so much about my talent is I get to express myself and sing and just be out there. And I'm not going to speak for Ashlyn, but I think that for her as well, just singing is something that she loves. I've heard her sing. She's great at it. Hopefully you all will get to listen to Ashlyn sing, but she's great at it. She loves to play the flute. And I think she'd agree when I say that music is also expression and just putting yourself out there.
I wrote a book about it.
Yes, she did write a book about it. Yeah. Wait, what's it called?
Olivia the
promote it.
Otter. Yeah.
So go buy Olivia the Otter on Amazon by Ashlyn Cohen. But yeah, so that is kind of what we're going to be talking about. I think this half of the show might be wrapping up in a couple of minutes. Oh yes, Allison Reef said that. Oh, we have more time. So we just lost Claire. Hopefully she can get back on. But while Ashlyn is figuring that out, I guess I'll talk about some things that I've been doing a little bit more to prepare for the pageant. So actually today I went shoe shopping, which I loved. I got to pick out some interview shoes and like I mentioned earlier, I will have my evening gown fitting tomorrow, which I'm so excited about. It's really I just love every single aspect of the pageant, and just, you know, for people who might not understand, it's really about the girl in the interview, and adding the wardrobe to it just makes it so much more fun, and I love everything that we do. Thank you so much for listening to our first half of the show, and stay tuned.
We'll be back for Carrisa, Rowland, Miss Coppel's in just a few short minutes.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Bye. Thank you,
Hey, traveler,
Claire.
do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered. Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store. They've got you covered.
You're listening to JoCo Community Radio.
It's a girl thing. Try to understand. It's not a me thing. No different than my friends. I get what I want when I want it bad. And it's a girl thing. Ooh, it's a girl thing.
Okay, hello and welcome back to JoCo Community Radio.
My name is Ashlyn Cohen, and I am Miss Chisholm Trail. Oh, and Miss Chisholm Trail, and this is Beyond the Crown.
Yes, so this is Beyond the Crown. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Lily Roberts, Miss Johnson County's teen, and we just heard from Claire Hodge. Thank you. She's Miss South Texas's teen.
Unfortunately, her time did get cut off just a little bit, but she might come on a little bit at the end maybe, or just on a different show in the coming weeks so that she can make up her time. Because unfortunately, her connection was lost. But today, we get to hear from the wonderful
Carrisa Rowland, Miss Coppel's teen, and hear about a little bit how she prepares for Miss Texas's teen competition with the last few weeks and how she's been preparing previously. Miss Texas teen is coming up very soon, and we can't wait to hear from you.
Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. I just got this weird pain in my throat.
I'm sorry.
We're okay now.
Okay, so I guess starting off, Carrisa, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. I'm really glad that summer's been good, but we've been busy preparing for the pageant. So I'd like to hear. Oh wait, say that again.
I said absolutely.
Yeah. So how have you been? How has your summer been? I feel like it's been a while since we saw you at Spring Showcase.
It's been a hot minute. My summer's been very eventful. I got my license a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been home since. I had cheer camp, which was really fun. My team won a lot of awards, and I've just been hanging out with friends and preparing for Miss Texas.
That's so fun.
That's great.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that a few minutes ago. My voice, it's been great. But it's okay. I'm fine now. So I really feel like for me that like this beginning of June has been so fun being able to prepare for this day competition. And it's honestly just so fun just to know, like I am honestly so excited about Miss Texas Week. I was really nervous for a long time. Do you have any sort of feelings towards Miss Texas Week, especially coming back for the second year?
So coming into my second year, I'm definitely still very nervous, but I'm also kind of relaxed because I know what I'm doing to an extent. But also there's a lot of new things, a lot of new girls, and a lot of new things I still have to catch up on.
Yeah, so for me, I'm feeling really, really excited and nervous at the same time. I guess like turning those nerves into excitement is something that's so cool. But I've been a Lone Star Princess forever, and for those of you listening who don't know what that is, it's basically a mentorship scholarship organization does, and it pairs younger girls with title holders, and they get to go with them to Miss Texas Week, do dances, be on stage, but they don't actually compete. It's just a fun program for the girls. So I did that for a while. So for me, I feel like I kind of know the ropes of the hotel, and I know a lot of girls competing from Spring Showcase and from being an LSP. So I'm excited to see all these friendly faces again, but really just preparing for the pageant. It's super important and time-consuming, but also really fun. So I'm excited for coming up.
For sure. So can you tell us a little bit about this Texas organization? I know that you started last year and you decided to come back, which is so amazing. And I'm so glad that you did come back because just being able to meet you and your special cream saved my heels and my feet at Spring Showcase. It's like a feet numbing stuff because
I might need to buy
them. But so I'm just we're so happy that we were able to like meet you over before Spring Showcase, I think.
Yeah, I think we met at the Cares for Kids event.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Love for Kids.
Oh,
that one.
I was thinking about she has a company or a organization that she started called.
Oh yeah, she was thinking.
I was thinking of her organization. It's caring.
Comforting and Caring Bears.
Comforting and Caring Bears. And then the Love for Kids event is where I met you around Easter time, and I'm really glad that we met.
So can you tell us about how you started competing or why you wanted to compete or just about how that all began?
Of course. So I went into my freshman year of high school and I joined the cheer team and I was met up with like a spirit buddy, like a big sis, little sis program. And my big sister is actually, she was Catherine Omosagi. She was Miss Texas Teen
Wow, that is so
2021
sweet.
or 2020, I think. I'm not sure. And she told me all about it and I was like supporting her along the way and I got like insanely into it and I was really interested in doing it myself. And so she basically got me started, gave me all the information I needed, and now I'm here.
Oh,
That's fantastic. So this is your second year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so would you mind telling us a little bit about your experience with Miss that went for you?
Last year, I was kind of a hot mess. Since it was my first year, I'm not saying all first years are bad, but I didn't have directors. I didn't have any proper, like, really training. I didn't really know what I was doing, and neither did my parents. And so we kind of just like went in the week. I had everything I needed, which was great. I didn't forget anything, but I was just very stressed. Since I didn't have directors or anyone who was able to tell me what to do or help me out. I was kind of just like always like running around. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. I don't know where I go. But there was also a lot of really nice schedules that they had throughout the week where I could just check there and I could just go straight where I needed to go.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't done it yet. Obviously, this is my first year, but being organized is one of the most important things going into this week. Just having all the right mindset, the right, makeup even, like everything matters,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, it's going to be so much fun and I can't wait to see everyone again.
I'm really excited. I
It's gonna be so
love
fun.
just the adrenaline of like packing and preparing for things.
Mhm.
So when I was really little, I would literally pack for vacation a year before.
Wait, a year?
A year. Like my mom told us in August that we were going to go to Great Wolf Lodge in June, and I started packing. And so that's just, and so I've always loved packing, and now I don't do that as much. But
Well, what happens if you want to wear the clothes?
yeah,
What happens if you want to wear them?
I don't even remember, but I'm really excited to just get to pack and prepare. And of course, we're already preparing, but I honestly can't wait to pack. I know that's really weird.
Yeah,
but
no, I get it. It's super fun.
It is.
I think that's cute how you pack so far in advance. I would pack everything, I feel like, and then just take it all out because I don't want to wear it. Because I always pack my favorite clothes for vacations and stuff like that. But
So so this is your second year, and now you were Miss Louisville's team last year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now as Miss Coppel's teen, can you tell us about the moment that you heard or how you felt when your name was called? Just that experience.
So I competed at the Fort Worth Coppel competition and right when we were walking on stage for awards, I actually started tripping on my dress and I was like so nervous. I was so insanely nervous. But I didn't fall, which is great. But I went up there. It felt like a normal because I competed in a couple other ones before Fort Worth Coppel, and it just felt normal. It felt the same. I didn't win a award, and so after everybody else was called for their prelim awards, I kind of just stood there. I was like, okay, like it's whatever. Like I'll compete in the next one. And then they called out for Miss Coppel's team. They called my name, and I just stood there, and I was like, me?
like, this isn't real.
Is that the right person? Because I'm like, I didn't get awards, and so I was so scared that I wasn't gonna win. And I was just like on my feet, and I was just like. But when they called my name, I just froze, I think, and I walked up, like, very slowly, and I was, like, looking around, and I was waiting for someone else to go up. I'm like, "Is it you? Like, is that my name? Like, who am I?" And then when she put the crown on, it was such a great feeling, because when I was Louisville's teen, I didn't get a crowning moment. They kinda just sent over the crown and sash, and I had to order them myself, which is kind of expensive. But, yeah, that like was my first real crowning moment, and it was honestly like so surreal. It was amazing.
I'm so proud of you. That's fantastic. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
it didn't feel real either. It's just kind of one of those things where you don't really know the feeling until it's happening. It's like there's no way this is real. And now, like, here all three of us are with our titles. I think that's so special. And my next question. So we both met you. I believe it was. I don't know if I met you there, but we definitely saw you at the Love for Kids event. So
That's when we
Mhm.
met. I know, but
Yeah.
I think we met there for the first time, but I
Yeah.
texted you before that. But so that is where we met, got to know each other. So favorite experience, since we're on the topic of experiences, getting out in the community, just one of maybe your favorite appearance. Just what have you loved to do?
I really loved when I had the opportunity to be on the Six Flags parade. It was so fun, and it was such a great bonding experience with my miss. Before it started, we were just walking around Six Flags together. We got free admission, but we didn't really buy any games or rides or anything. But I got a bag of cotton candy, and it was really good. And then we walked around, had lunch, and we went on the parade, and it was just so fun seeing everybody happy and smiling. And I had a bunch of little kids like trying to like run after me, be like, "I like your dress, I like your dress," and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's a pretty, pretty princess," and it was just so very cute.
That's so sweet. Were you on the float or like were
Yes,
you walking? Well, that is so cool.
I know it was so fun.
I would love to be in parade someday. I think just even like watching parades, there's so much fun, the excitement, just seeing everyone's faces light up is so special. So I'm really glad that you got to do that. That seems like it'd be super fun.
It is. Y'all really like. I went on 3 parades this year, and I think they're honestly my favorite things I've ever done. Like, it's just so fun seeing the community and just, like, smiling and saying hi to people.
That's definitely going on my bucket list. I really want to go. I want to be in a parade someday. That's going on my bucket list for sure.
I did. So I was in a different organization before, the Miss Texas America organization, and I did do a parade, and I got to ride in the back of a convertible, and
I'm jealous.
It was the McKinney Lights parade, and I still remember. Okay, I don't know why, but little kids, every time they see me, they always ask me if I'm Ariana Grande. Like I got asked that when I was in the parade. Like little kids would just scream, "Are you Ariana Grande?" And other little boys.
Was your hair in a ponytail?
Nope, it was down. Boy, like, and the parade screamed, "Will you marry me?" Like stuff like that. And like that's obviously the stuff that, I mean, there's so many things that, of course, being a local title holder, just the experiences that you get. But honestly, just kind of knowing that like someone else is, someone else not loves you, but someone else is like appreciating you and is supporting you, which is a really amazing thing. And just knowing that everyone's staring at you, that's a really
knowing that you make a difference.
Strange thing. Yeah, just like knowing that you make a difference. And I remember my cheeks were so sore the next day because I had to smile for so long. And I typically my eyes are always normally smiling, but like oh my gosh, it hurt.
Cheeks hurting from smiling. And my first ever local, I remember we had been doing rehearsal. I actually did Dallas. Park Cities is my first local this year. And I remember my cheeks were hurting so bad right when I walked up to say my name for the very beginning of the pageant. I could feel my smile like twitching. It was the weirdest before that. But then, it's happened again since because it's a smile a lot, but I love smiling. So it's okay. But that's something that I experienced too. I was really confused.
But, so as someone who's a returning title holder, what is one that you think a lot of the newcomers should know? Because there's many more girls coming as new people this year than returning girls. So just what is one thing that you want to tell them, or just make sure that they all know?
My ears are on for this one. It's my first year, so
Honestly, don't doubt yourself. Like, no matter like what it is, like don't double think about where you're supposed to stand for your talent. Of course, like know where you're supposed to stand, but don't keep thinking too hard because if you think so much about it, your brain will just like forget it. And I don't know why brains do that, but it's weird. And then also like with outfits, like don't overthink an outfit because nobody else if they give us a dress code, nobody really knows how to specifically follow the dress code. And so everyone just follows it to their own content. And so it's like you'll have a bunch of people saying like, "Hey, like, is this a good outfit?" And it's like, but everybody's outfit should show off their own personality. And so it's kind of like you shouldn't really doubt yourself when it comes to your outfit, because as long as it fits the theme, it's good.
I love that.
Me too. I need to listen to that
Me too.
and follow that because I doubt every outfit I wear.
That was some advice that I needed to hear for sure. Like, even today, picking out my radio show outfit, I was like, let's see. What do I have in my closet that I could wear today? But, one thing on the topic of outfits, and I talked about this, and so did Ashlyn with Claire previously, is I didn't know how much we would need outfits.
Yes, there's a lot.
My wardrobe has definitely been doubled. I'm really grateful for everything that I have, but I did not realize how much it played a part. But, it's been great. I love doing events, and I'm super excited to go to Miss Texas this week with everything that I have. Thank you for sharing your advice as well. So my next question is, why don't you tell us a little bit about your CSI? So that stands for Community Service Initiative. And basically, each title holder has a platform that they represent and an idea that they want to share with the community, like their mission with pageants.
Yes. So my CSI it's simple math, addiction and subtraction. It highlights addiction, relapse, recovery, how to stay away from drugs, from peer pressure, from the wrong crowds. And it basically started because my sister sadly started going through addiction problems, and it got really hard on our family and really hard on my sister. So now we've had to take care of her children, and they live with us, which is great. But at the same time, it kind of sucks that they don't really have their mother in their lives. We've put her into many different rehab centers, and she's still struggling a lot with it. And yeah, but I use my platform to spread awareness to help others so their families know what to do in that situation, so their families know they're not alone, because it doesn't just affect the user, it affects the family, the friends, everybody.
I'm really just sorry to hear that about your sister, but I'm super proud of you for, making that your mission and making that your platform. It can be a hard thing to do, especially when it's directly affecting you. So I'm really proud of you for that.
Me too. And I think that it's really cool because almost all title holders, but a lot of title holders, personal or their CSIs are related to something personal in their life, whether that was something hard they went through or a difficulty that they experienced, like myself and your platform, but also something that like they've been involved in their whole life, like Lily's is volunteering.
Yes.
Which I know you've been volunteering for like ever and ever about that. So I think it's really cool that we're all able to share our personal story along with that. And I think it's sometimes hard when your personal story is one of the hardest things that you've gone through. And that's how it is for me. But I mean, I think it's really wonderful that you're able to share that and talk about that openly now and be able to help other people that are going through the same. Of course. So, a little bit of scratches. Okay, yes. So, we talked about this with Claire as well. But I'm sure you know that you're a cheerleader and you do these pageants. I mean, there's a lot that you're involved in. How do you manage it? And do you have any sort of advice that you would give to someone who is planning on doing multiple things, whether that's pageants and something else, or someone else who's become advice or words of wisdom that you would like to say from someone who's also very involved?
So I have a weird way of planning. My brain works in some strange ways, and I will see a date and time, and my brain will implement it just in. It usually works for like the week though. Like I can't do like a whole month calendar in my brain.
Yeah.
But like tomorrow I'm gonna hang out with my friends, and then I have voice lessons at 6. On Friday I have something at 4 for pageants. On Saturday I'm hanging out with my cheer friends, and on Sunday I'm also hanging out with my cheer friends. So it's kind of like my brain just like I don't know how my brain keeps them in, because I forget a lot of things, but I always know that. And then my mom, she also has a calendar in the kitchen that she always makes me put stuff on, even though I kind of like remember my own things and do my own things sometimes.
Yeah.
But for some things that are like far in advance though, I have this app on my phone. I think it's called like Structured. It's a very aesthetic, like cute calendar app, and you can put like specific times, dates, like locations in it. And I use that for anything that's farther in advance or like more important things.
Okay, I love that. I might have to get that out. For me, actually, I kind of do that in a way. I have my planner. I mentioned this earlier as well. I literally write down every single thing in it, from like needing to do laundry to hanging out with people to something for pageants. So literally everything goes in my planner. That keeps me organized for sure. But I wish that you, because I have a tendency to forget a lot of things a lot of the time. I guess I'm a forgetful person, but having a planner helps me remember everything, which is super important. So haven't missed any deadlines yet, but yeah, so that's really cool.
Someday we're gonna have to bring Lily's planner on the radio show.
Yes, because I talk about it a lot.
Yes, because like every time the first time I saw it, I was jaw dropping. Whenever she shows anyone, everyone's like, because it's like her whole life, everything in her whole life is like written down in that one planner.
I actually have taken that from my mom. She has this I have a bag over there, kind of like hers, but it's not a purse. It's a little bit bigger. But it's like a cute bag purse thing that she keeps everything in it, and she has her planner in it, and her pens, and her wallet. So then when I started school this year, I got a planner kind of like hers. So now I write down everything like she's done since I was literally born. Is however long she's had her giant planner for. But also my handwriting is not the neatest. So you'll open up pages into most of it might just look like scribble, but I can read it and it's very helpful for me.
I both of y'all. So I just use like my free Apple Calendar app, and that's I kind of started doing it because I'm also the same way as to where I am sort of good at remembering dates and stuff, but things in advance as well, like that you forget sometimes. So what I actually did recently to make it a little bit more fun and more organized is that on your calendar you can put like when you add an event, you can put what calendar you want to add it to, and it's all on one calendar, but it's color coded. So I have like light purple is pageant, pink is when I teach voice lessons, purple is house sitting, like a different shade of pink is babysitting, like things like that, so that I can see what I'm doing and how long things takes, etc. So I just think very similar, and I think it's really, really important to make sure that you have one of those three things or something else that keeps you organized.
And Claire mentioned this earlier. I think having a healthy mindset is very, very important when it comes to organization and scheduling and upcoming events. Actually, I had a voice lesson this morning, and my voice teacher taught me some breathing exercises that would help warm up your voice, but also help keep your mindset, in check, focused, which is so important when you have a long day at Miss Texas Week, or just any random day where you're doing a lot of things, or when you're doing nothing at all. Just having a healthy mindset is just so important for everyday life. Okay, so, and as we wrap up, why don't you tell us a little bit about your talent? I'd love to hear about that.
Oh, yes. So my talent this year, I'm singing. I'm gonna be singing "Gimme Gimme" from Thoroughly Modern Millie. It's not really that known. It was more popular back around the 80s, 90s, probably. I'm not really sure, but it's a really good song. And yeah.
That's wonderful. So for me, and I just want to ask you, what is your about the city that you represent? Because I love Coppel. I love their music district kind of area there, and like the farmers area. I love Coppel, and I think it's such a cool city to represent. So what's your favorite thing about the area that you represent?
So when I first went out, my first ever appearance, we did a event for veterans, and there was this group of bagpipe players, and I'm assuming they're just like part of the Coppel city, like they have their own little group. And I think like that group of bagpipe players was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen people play the bagpipe before. And so when I saw them at my first ever event at in Coppel, I was kind of just like is it like I'm not really used to Coppel. I don't go there a lot, but now of course I have. But it's like I did not know I didn't know bagpipe players were real. Like I did, but I didn't. Like I've never seen them in person before. And then also when we did the Coppel Christmas parade, the community was insanely sweet. There would be people screaming our names, Miss Coppel's teen, we love you, blah blah blah. Your dresses are cute. Y'all look so pretty, blah blah, blah. Like all this fun stuff, and it was so sweet.
That's so special. I think.
And the community is just so great.
No, I was about to say I completely agree. Like, community is so important, and just reaching your community, being in the community, like going to Johnson County or Chisholm Trail or Coppel, like it's just so special. Faces. I just love that.
I think one really cool thing that I've noticed is that a lot of titles in the Miss Texas organization are city titles from smaller towns. Of course, there are big cities like Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. But other than that, I mean, all of the small towns to a title holder that represents a small town that hasn't just such greatly spoken about how just kind their community is. I feel like in small towns, the people there are always just so kind and welcoming and supportive. And we are so lucky to be able to represent the Johnson County area as well as Chisholm Trail. I mean, everyone in Burleson, Cleburne, Godley, Alvarado, I mean, all the cities, they're just so kind and welcoming. And we're just so lucky for it. Oh my goodness, we are out of time.
Yes, so thank you so much for joining us in the second half of the show. We love talking to you.
Yes, and we wish you the best Texas team.
Can't wait to see you again. Thank you for tuning in to Beyond the Crown.
Thank
From
you.
Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you. We